Can you guys see the screen?
Yes, sir.
To write the chapter's name. Chemical kinetics. So chemical kinetics, it basically deals with the study of the speed of reaction and the factors that affect the speed of reaction. Now, rather than calling it speed of reaction, we generally call it rate of reaction. Okay. So there is two things that to remember. For example, if we talk about the feasibility of a reaction, whether the reaction is going to happen or not happen, then we think in terms of thermodynamics and Gibbs free energy. Okay, that tells us about whether a particular reaction can happen spontaneously on its own, or whether we need to give certain amount of energy in order for reaction to happen. That is dealt by thermodynamics, and how quickly a particular reaction is happening, that is determined by chemical kinetics. So 11th में हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था, and today we are going to learn about the second part that deals with reaction, that is the rate of reaction. How fast a particular reaction can happen, how slow a particular reaction is. Write certain points regarding chemical kinetics, then we will start the chapter. Okay. This is the study of the rate of reaction, the factors that influence the rates of reaction and mechanism by which a reaction proceeds. Mechanism by which a reaction proceeds. Now, I'm certain situations, है ना? Topic सबसे पहला हमारा तो रहेगा rate of reaction, and in rate of reaction, rate of reaction है सबसे पहला. Let us suppose we have a reaction in which A plus B is giving us C. How can we study the rate of this reaction? We can either study the formation of product or the consumption of reactant. Time, what is going to change? So, thoda sa, if I keep an analogy with the speed of physics, then with time, what changes? The position changes time, right? Del x upon del t. In our rate, that is the rate of reaction, what will happen? The concentration will change with respect to time. As the time goes on, the concentration of reactant will increase or decrease. Tell me, guys. क्या होगा? As the time passes on, concentration of reactant, it will increase or it will decrease. क्या ख्याल है? It will
Decrease.
decrease. Correct. है ना? And what will happen to the product?
It will increase.
Increase.
It is going to increase. So I can say that, Sunika, the rate of consumption of A, because A is getting consumed, consumption of A will be equal to the final concentration minus the initial concentration divided by the time, the difference in time इनिशियल से फाइनल तक आने में जो टाइम लगा, डज इट यस और नो, प्लीज टेल मी। हाँ या ना बताइए, करेक्ट है। अब देखिए एक बात बताइए, what will be greater, the final concentration will be greater or the initial concentration will be greater?
Initial comes.
Initial concentration will be greater. So you can see that this particular phenomena, it will give you a negative number, and speed generally it is not taken as negative. So what we do, in order to not get negative, we add a negative sign here itself. Now what does negative sign shows? It just shows that A is getting consumed in this reaction, in this particular formula. A is getting consumed. Okay. Achha, if I have 2A and 1B and 3C, if I have a situation like this in which I have 2 moles of A, 1 mole of B, and it gives 3 moles of C, then also please try to understand here the rate of consumption of A, the formula is not going to change, because if you are looking at A, you are not looking at the reaction. I mean, stoichiometric coefficient kya hai nahi hai. You're looking at the real reaction in the lab, in the beaker, that the reaction is happening, and A is decreasing by this amount in this particular time. That's it. So whether the coefficient is A of A, B, and C is anything that you want, any number, this formula rate of consumption of A is not going to change, because when I say rate of consumption of A, it doesn't even matter whether I have B or if I don't have B. A may be anything. Ammonia, let us say, the ammonia can do reaction with any of the molecules, any of the compounds in this universe. If I want to see the rate of consumption of ammonia, I will just focus on ammonia and I will see how the ammonia is changing with respect to time. It doesn't matter what the stoichiometry is. It doesn't matter what the reaction is. It doesn't matter what the other reagent is. Does it make sense? Yes or no? Please tell me. आप लोगों को बात समझ में आई? This rate
Yes,
of
sir.
consumption of A will be same. Similarly, what will be the rate of, what can I write for rate of consumption of B? This will be equal to, बोलिए जरा। अच्छा, इसको थोड़ा शॉर्ट करके हम लोग लिख सकते हैं, माइनस डेल ए अपॉन डेल टी। ठीक है। फॉर बी व्हाट कैन आई राइट? माइनस, बिकॉज इट इज अगेन रिएक्टेंट, so when it is reactant I will write a minus sign, del B by del T. Does it make sense? Yes or no? Please tell me. समझ
Yes,
में आ
sir.
रही है? ठीक है। Then I will write for C rate of production of C, which will be equal to del C upon del T, no minus sign, because it is product. Negative sign denotes that we are writing the formula for a particular reactant. Does it make sense? Yes or no? तो कुछ समझ में आया? हाँ या ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please copy this down. मैमुना आ रहा है? मैमुना?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Raise your hand once you're done writing. Waiting for Harsha. अच्छा, तो नहीं लिखिएगा ना, सॉरी। ठीक ठीक ठीक, चलिए। Now I will write a few more points from these. ठीक है। ध्यान सुनिएगा। I need your mics on, by the way. मैमुना, रशिता, जायना, especially you guys. अर्षा ने पहले भी केमिकल काइनेटिक्स जी। मैमुना, अर्शिता एंड जायना। मैमुना, हाँ, ठीक। ठीक। The amount, if I see the amount of B, then I can say that if in 1 second, one mole of B is consumed, then 2 moles of A will be consumed. Does it make sense? Yes or no, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
है
sir.
ना? I can say that. Rate of consumption of A is equal to 2 times the rate of consumption of B. Does it make sense? Yes or no? है ना? Rate of consumption of A is twice the rate of consumption of B. देखिए जरा.
According to the equation, right, sir? Yeah.
हाँ, this equation is right. Make sense, everyone? Zaina, Maimuna, make sense?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. अच्छा, also देखिए 2 का लेना देना तो A के साथ है ना, B के साथ तो लेना देना है नहीं. ठीक है. So it is better to write it like this, that rate of consumption of B is half the rate of consumption of A. This also makes sense, हाँ या ना बताइए.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
है ना? Similarly, I can say that, देखिएगा ध्यान से सुनिएगा, rate of production of C is equal to 3 times the rate of consumption of B. Does this make sense, हाँ या ना बताइए.
Yeah.
Yes.
If all of B
Yes, sir.
is consumed, 3 moles of C will be produced. Maimuna, Zaina, make sense?
Yes, sir.
So I can say rate of consumption of is 1/3 the rate of consumption of, sorry, rate of production of C. Rate of production of C. And this is how we actually define the rate of reaction. Till now we have defined the rate of consumption of A. So you have to see the rate of consumption of A, then you have to only look at A. For B, only look at B. For C, only look at C. But when we have to determine the rate of reaction, we have to see all the reactants and the product, and that is why the rate of reaction is given like this. Please see, rate of reaction is given as 1/2 rate of consumption of A, which will be equal to rate of consumption of B. ठीक है? Which will be equal to 1/3 rate of production of C, because rate of consumption of B is equal to rate of consumption of A, and rate of consumption of B is also equal to 1/3 rate of production of C. So how do we define the rate of reaction mathematically? Please don't write. The rate of reaction is mathematically defined as the rate of appearance, matlab production, and disappearance, that is consumption, divided by their stoichiometric coefficient. Divided by their stoichiometric coefficient. I hope you can see that. और समझ में आ रही है यहाँ बताएं.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
ठीक है, चलिए copy this down. Your hand once you're done. Waiting for Rishita. तो एक चीज लिख लीजिए, please write this with me. For a general reaction, A plus BB giving CC plus BD, rate of consumption of A is equal to minus del A by del T, है ना? इसमें कोई वगैरह नहीं आएगा कुछ भी. I hope you guys will remember. Rate of, अच्छा माइनस लग रहा है because reaction, rate of consumption of B minus del B by del T, rate of production of C only del C by del T because it is a product. Rate of consumption, sorry, rate of production of D, this will be del D by del T. ठीक है? Now, if we talk about the rate of reaction, this will be 1 by into rate of consumption of A, which will be equal to, I can write rate of consumption of B divided by B, that is the coefficient. Rate of consumption of C divided by C, this C is coefficient, and rate of consumption, sorry, rate of consumption of C दे दिया हमने. ठीक है, थोड़ा इन सब चीजों को थोड़ा ध्यान में रखिएगा. रेट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन होगा यहाँ पे ना, कभी कभी फ्लो में हम लिख देंगे C, rate of production of D divided by small d, that is the coefficient. I can similarly write 1 upon A का 1 upon A, and what is rate of production of A? It is minus del A by del T. It will be equal to 1 upon B. What is the rate of consumption of B? Minus del B by del T. समझ में आ रहा है सबको? हाँ या ना?
Yes, sir.
Maimuna and Zaina.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 upon B del D by del T. Please copy this down. This is the rate of reaction. तो जिस तरह से हमने किया ना फॉर अ जनरल, आई विल गिव यू वन रिएक्शन, उसके लिए भी सेम चीज आप कीजिएगा, बट दैट रिएक्शन विल नॉट बी जनरल, दैट विल बी अ स्पेसिफिक रिएक्शन. ठीक है, जल्दी जल्दी, होपफुली यू आर राइटिंग विथ मी. तो एक सवाल लिखिएगा. राइट रेट ऑफ कंजम्पशन, रेट ऑफ एक्शन एंड रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन फॉर following reaction. The reaction is ammonia plus, sorry, nitrogen plus hydrogen gives you चलिए इसको कीजिए, then you will send the answer on my WhatsApp. I think Maimuna, you don't have my number. Please save it. Plus 9175980007. Please send your answer for this question. प्लीज सेंड मी, होपफुली इतना टाइम नहीं लगना चाहिए. ओ ओ, Zaina, Zaina,
Yes, sir.
the small a, small b, and small c, those are coefficient.
Okay, okay. Yes,
ठीक
sir.
है, सुनिए 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 सुनिए. उसके बाद देखिए,
Hmm.
रेट ऑफ कंजम्पशन ऑफ 3H2 नहीं लिखेगा ना, यू विल राइट ओनली द केमिकल स्पीशीज. सी, आई हैव नॉट रिटन ए, आई हैव ओनली रिटन ए.
Yes, sir.
रेट ऑफ कंजम्पशन ऑफ ए, इट इज इक्वल टू डेल ए केमिकल. ठीक है, प्लीज रीडू इट. डोंट,
Yes.
हाँ रीराइट कर सकते हैं लेकिन स्टिल ठीक है, करेक्शन करके लेकिन तुरंत भेज. स्मॉल ए, स्मॉल बी, स्मॉल सी आर कोएफिशिएंट्स. ऋषिता भेजिए जरा.
Sir, I'm still doing it.
इसमें तो हमने पहले किया था ना, 2 3 तो लिखा था जरा, आपने फिर ऐसा क्यों लिख दिया NH3H2 कोई डिनोमिनेटर में. जैना,
Yes, sir.
आई एम सेइंग व्हाई डिड यू राइट NH3 and H2 in the denominator. इट विल बी कोएफिशिएंट 2 3, ये सारी चीजें आएंगी ना.
Yes, sir.
ध्यान से कीजिए, ध्यान से कीजिए. मैमुना, व्हाट अबाउट यू?
Sir, I'm doing it.
In 2 more minutes and then send me whatever you have done. Rishita and Maimuna, please send me. रेट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन ऑफ अमोनिया में क्या मिस्टेक है बताइए जरा जाना. व्हाट इज द मिस्टेक इन द रेट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन ऑफ अमोनिया?
2.
आरओपी ऑफ अमोनिया क्या मिस्टेक है उसमें? It will be change in the concentration of ammonia divided by
I do
del T
not.
होगा ना. There will be a del T, right? Zaina,
Yes, sir.
Rishita and Maimuna have not received your answer till now. आंसर अब देख लीजिए आप लोग. Here guys, रेट इस तरह से लिखिएगा प्लीज, ठीक है ना. नाउ प्लीज एक बार समझ लीजिए कैसे लिखना है, उसी तरह लिखिएगा. डोंट डू एनी मिस्टेक्स. रेट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन नहीं, रेट ऑफ कंजम्पशन ऑफ नाइट्रोजन N2 लिखना है. इट विल बी इक्वल टू व्हाट? माइनस del N2 divided by del T. Rate of consumption of 3H2. No, not 3H2, only H2 of hydrogen. You don't have to think about coefficient when, because you imagine it like this na, you have a beaker in your hand, वहां पे आपको हाइड्रोजन देखना है. You do never know whether it is 3H2, 2H2, 4H2 क्या होगा. Rate of consumption of H2 will be C. ये reaction ना भी रहे, then also rate of consumption of H2 will be what? Negative of del 2 by del T. Rate of production of ammonia will be equal to del NH3 by del T.
So we don't add any of the coefficients this time here, right?
You tell me, do we add?
No, that's why I didn't send it.
अरे भाई आपको लेकिन भेजना चाहिए तो समझ में आता ना. वाई यू आर एडिंग? तो मतलब क्या बताएं अब हम. बिल्कुल हम बता रहे कि नहीं ऐड करना है फिर भी आप लोग. बट व्हेन यू राइट रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन देन यू हैव टू ऐड. द रीजन आल्सो आई हैव टोल्ड यू. व्हेन यू आर लुकिंग एट द रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन देन यू द कंप्लीट रिएक्शन, सो द स्टोइचियोमेट्री मैटर्स. बट आपको रिएक्शन ना भी दिया हो, देयर इज नो रिएक्शन, व्हाट इज द रेट ऑफ कंजम्पशन ऑफ H2? Rate of consumption of H2, tell me guys, what will be the rate of consumption of H2? Speak
Minus
guys.
H2 by
Minus del H2 by del T. No reaction.
Yeah.
What is the rate of production of H2? ओहो बोलो.
Production is delta H2 by delta.
Delta T. Now if there is a reaction, H2 O2 gives H2O, what is the rate of consumption of H2 in this case?
Negative del H2 by
Negative
delta.
del by del T. ठीक. अच्छा, I have. It doesn't matter ना whether the coefficient is anything. सही बात है ना, बोलिए.
Yes, sir.
मैमोना, व्हाट अबाउट यू? आपने भी आंसर नहीं भेजा अभी तक.
अटक गई थी मैं बीच में कहीं.
अच्छा, रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन में आप देख लीजिए जरा. रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन में सिंपली इसमें तो वी डोंट हैव कोएफिशिएंट, तो डेल एनटी लॉ N2 डिवाइड टी which will be equal to 1 by 3 minus del H2 by del T will be equal to 1 by 2 del NH3 by del T. Please copy this down quickly, then we will do some questions. Raise your hand once you're done. Get a question. In the given reaction, N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. The rate of formation of ammonia is 3.6 into 10 to the power minus 4 moles per liter per second. Calculate the rate of reaction. Secondly, the rate of consumption of H2. How to do this question? ध्यान सुनिएगा. Tell me what is given. Tell me what is given. ना जल्दी से माइक ऑन करो ना जल्दी. जिसको भी ज्यादा समझना है ना वो माइक ऑन करेगा. ठीक है? If you want to understand properly, then you have to turn your mic on and tell me. हाँ. What is given?
The equation.
Chemical equation is given. What else? What else is given?
The rate of formation of
Formation.
NH3.
यानी कि rate of production जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं ना वही है ना.
Yes, sir.
Of NH3. How much is it?
3.6 into 10 raised to minus 4.
Minus 4. ठीक है. Now if you see, ध्यान सुनिएगा जरा रशिता and Zaina मैमून. ठीक है. There are two ways of writing rate of reaction. How many ways? बोलो.
Two
Two
ways.
ways.
Two ways. Even though both of these things are related, but still there are two ways of writing the rate of reaction. एक को बोलेंगे rate वाला formula, the rate formula, और एक को बोलेंगे delta वाला formula. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? ठीक है. Rate of consumption of A, है ना? So even though both of these things are giving you rate only, this is rate formula, rate, only rate is coming. In the second case, we have delta. ठीक है. So we have two formulas for the rate of reaction, rate formula and delta formula, right? In the given question, according to whatever is given, what formula do you think will be properly used? Which formula should we apply? The rate formula or the delta formula?
Delta formula.
The rate formula.
मैमूना बताइए which formula?
Delta formula.
ऋषिता आप बताइए.
The rate formula.
Rate formula. Zaina आप बताइए.
Rate formula.
Rate formula. मैमूना, we don't do you see concentration given anywhere? Because
No.
what is delta N? No, na? So we will use that. We have been given directly the rate of production of ammonia, so we are going to use that. Make sense? जो दिया है उसी को यूज करेंगे ना. Fine. So rate of, हाँ, so we can say that rate of reaction in terms of ammonia it will be equal to how much? Tell me guys. अमोनिया के टर्म्स में कितना होगा, कैसे लिखेंगे बताइए.
1/2.
1/2 into
Delta NH3.
ना, तो डेल्टा वाला फॉर्मूला यूज ही नहीं करना है. डेल्टा वाला फॉर्मूला यूज ही नहीं करना है. We have कौन सा करना है बता दीजिए ना. रेट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन ऑफ अमोनिया. अरे हाँ या ना बोलो.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sense? Memuna, make sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so this will be what? 3.6 into 10 to the power minus 4 divided by 2. This will be equal to 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 4. The unit will be as moles per liter per second. If you don't write the units, half marks will be deducted in the board examination. Okay, so you have to write the units. Second, ये आपका फर्स्ट हो गया. सेकंड क्या है? The rate of consumption of H2. देखिए इस केस में ना how I mean there is some relationship between the rate of consumption of H2 and ammonia. तो देखिए क्या relationship देखिए. ROR will be equal to, ध्यान से देखिएगा, RO of N2. I hope you can understand, is equal to ROC of H2 divided by 3 is equal to ROP of ammonia divided by 2. Yes or no? Does it make sense? हाँ या ना बोलिए.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now this has been given, rate of production of ammonia has been given, rate of consumption of H2 has been asked. So these two equations where we have to focus. So we can say that ROC of H2 divided by 3 is equal to ROP of NH3 divided by 2. So I need to calculate ROC of H2 will be equal to 3 by 2 into ROP of ammonia, which will be equal to 1.5 into 3.6 into 10 to the power how much? Minus 4. Minus 4 moles per liter per second. And what will be 3? What? 19, 18, na? 36 plus 18 is equal to how much? 54. 5.4 into 10 to the power minus 4 moles per liter per second. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bolo.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. हैप्पीएस्ट हो जरा. ठीक है. उसके बाद फिर अगला करेंगे आप लोग खुद से. वेटिंग फॉर जायना. चलिए. Let us write for the given reaction. A plus 3B gives you 2C. The rate of formation of C is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 4 moles per liter per second. Calculate the rate of reaction. Number 2, the rate of consumption of B. करके भेजिए हमको. Once you're done, send the answer on my WhatsApp. Rishita, looking at your answer. Yes, very good, Rishita. Zaina and Maimuna waiting for you guys. Zaina, the first answer is correct. Second answer को complete कीजिए please. Once you multiply, you will get the correct answer. Don't worry. होगा ना? अभी तक सही है. Do the multiplication. Maimuna, I'm waiting for your answer.
एक मिनट सर, आपका नंबर ऐड करेंगे।
जल्दी. मेरा नंबर अगर व्हाट्सएप में नहीं है तो मेरा नंबर अपने फादर या मदर किसी को भेज दीजिए. Once you send the number, then it will appear a number in the sense number plus 917530998007 को मॉम या डैड के चैट में भेजिए. इट विल अपीयर इन ब्लू. जब ब्लू में आ जाए तो उसको क्लिक कीजिए एंड देन इट विल से चैट विद +91. चैट विद में क्लिक करके फिर हमको इस्लाम वालाम भेजिए, उसको ऐड कर लीजिए. समटाइम्स इट डजंट शो ऑन व्हाट्सएप. अच्छा, आ गया आ गया.
आ गया
इतनी बड़ी
आपका?
तकरीर. हाँ, आ गया आ गया. इतनी बड़ी तकरीर कर दी हमने.
जी। सेकेंड वाला मैं कर रही हूँ अभी।
जल्दी कीजिए. हाँ, जल्दी कीजिए. Tell me once you're done. मैमुना, थोड़ा जल्दी भेजिए प्लीज. Yep, correct. Very good. So rate of reaction, it is coming as what? 1.25 into 10 to the power of minus 4 moles per liter per second. And this is coming as what? 3.75 into 10 to the power minus 4 moles per liter per, right? So now, these are the cases in which you have been given the rate of formation, or they can also give you rate of product, rate of consumption. ठीक है, एक और सवाल लिखिए जरा. In which you will be given the change in concentration and change in time. So for that you have to use the delta formula. Okay, please write this with me. For the following reaction, for the following reaction, Br2 plus the initial concentration of I negative was molar and concentration is reduced to 28 molar. Calculate the ratio of rate of disappearance of I negative and production of I2. Okay. So this question, it is basically you have to calculate the rate of disappearance of I negative and the rate of production of I2, and then you have to just make a ratio. Okay, that's just one added step. बाकी यहाँ पे जो ध्यान देने वाली बात ये है, you have not been given the rate of formation or the consumption. You have been given the initial concentration was this much, which was reduced to 0.28 in 10 minutes. So you have been given the initial and final concentration, and you have been given the del T, that is the change in time. Okay. Hopefully you can do this. Please try this. Let me know once you're done by sending the answer on my WhatsApp. जल्दी कीजिएगा जरा. You have to use the delta formula. I hope you can understand by the question itself, right? Maimuna, Rishita, Zaina.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Zaina, looking at your answer. देखिए Zaina, can you please turn your mic on? Zaina, can you please turn your mic on? देखिए पहली बात तो माइनस तो ब्रैकेट्स में होगा ना 0.30 माइनस 0.28
Yes, sir.
है ना. बेसिकली हैव टू सी द चेंज. ठीक है. तो
Okay.
देखिए हम इसमें एक चीज थोड़ा सा हम आगे यहाँ पे कर दे रहे हैं आप लोग के लिए. रेट ऑफ डिसअपियरेंस ऑफ है ना, तो रेट ऑफ कंजम्पशन ऑफ आई नेगेटिव will be equal to what is the change, just take the change in modulus है ना, change is 0.02 divide by 10 minutes. ठीक है. So this will be molar and this will be equal to what, 0.002. Does it make sense? बात समझ में आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
Should we keep the time in minutes?
Yeah, there's no issue in that. There's no issue in that.
So, but the unit. Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter, I mean actually like minute कुछ वैसे मैटर नहीं करता है. If the reaction, because see this reaction is quite slow. अब समझिए that the change in 1 minute, what is the change? 0.02 molar change is there in 1 minute. Some reactions are so slow that it takes hours. So we can keep the rate in the hours also. Some reaction it takes days. तो पर डे पर ईयर भी आएगा.
Yes.
Let me know once you are done. हर्षा, आप क्या पूछ रही हैं? हाँ हर्षा, that is MnO4 negative.
Okay, sir.
तो भेजिए, तो बाकी तो भेजिए, जल्दी भेजिए ना, क्या हो गया? जाइना और ऋषिता, मैमुना. जल्दी कीजिए इसको प्लीज। कितना अगर कोई दिक्कत आ रही तो प्लीज लेट मी नो वंस यू आर डन, मतलब लाइक इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट्स।
So here,
हाँ ऋषिता बोलिए।
the delta I2 will just be 0.30, right?
असल में देखिए नाउ यू डोंट नीड डेल्टा आई टू ना, नाउ यू हैव द रेट ऑफ कंजम्पशन ऑफ आई नेगेटिव, है ना। सी द रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन विल बी rate of consumption of I negative by 2 make sense? Does it make sense, yes or no?
Yes.
अब बताइए A equation, B expression, C expression and D expression. What are the two expression we have to use in order to
B
get rate
and
of production of I? Which two?
B and
B and D, right? Make sense? Zaina
Yes,
and
sir.
Maimuna?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
अब इन्होंने पूछा रेशियो, तो रेट ऑफ consumption of I negative divided by rate of production of I2 will be equal to rate of consumption of I negative कितना आता है 0.002. This will be divided by 0.001, that is rate of production of I2. This will be equal to what? 2 upon 1. Okay. The ratio is what? 2 is to 1. Now देखिए, this is how you have to do, like if the question is given. But अगर if the same question comes in MCQ, ठीक है, the same question comes in MCQ, then you don't need any of these things. कुछ नहीं चाहिए आपको. See, I can directly say, हम देख रहे हैं कि आपको कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए यहाँ पे ना, कुछ नहीं चाहिए आपको. What do you need?
Yes,
If
sir.
I look at I2 and if I look at I negative, you can say that the rate of consumption of I negative is twice the rate of production of I2. Does it make sense? If I have two I negative, I mean two I negative and one I2, in a particular time, the amount of I2 that we are producing will be half. That's why I can say the rate of consumption of I negative will be the double the rate of production of I2. Make sense? अगर यहाँ पे
Yes, sir.
10 यूज हुआ है तो यहाँ पे 5 बनेगा. Does it? Can you see that? Yes or no, Pishal, me guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Sir.
directly we can say na that rate of consumption of I negative upon the rate of production of I2 will be equal to 2 by 1. इसको बस नीचे कर दिया हमने, देखिए जरा. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
कितना
Yes,
गया?
sir.
2 is to 1. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. तो अगर एमसीक्यू वगैरह में आ जाए तो डायरेक्टली कर सकते हैं आप इसका ना. ऑल्दो आई मीन सी, in your school examination you have to do it like this if it comes for 2 marks or 3 marks.